the men that you are bending your wings for will mock you for not flying. You know what I mean?
Kind of toxic bars are these?
But what I'm saying is like there have been relationships that I've been in where I've stayed faithful and loyal, right? Without being asked, because I assume when we're in a relationship, that's what we're supposed to do, right? And you put all your eggs in this one basket and then you're left with nothing. They cheat on you or it ends and you're just like, oh, now I have to start all over. No, I'm not starting over. Keep a little rasta.
That's crazy.
Keep a little backup.
That's jaded though. That's like going into a relationship with like, all right, I have the gun.
No, I'm not that I'm going into it. I'm definitely going in to be like, I told the person, yes, I'm in a relationship. Yes, it's actually very serious. Yes, my hope is to, my hope is he's my end all be all.
Yeah.
However,
there should not be a however.
What does hope mean?
Poppy, aka Mr. Let Me See What's in the Pants, aka just playing in a relationship now, so I'm not on some freaky shit anymore. I put those things
Wait,
up.
anymore?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Why do you have to anymore?
I just mean that. I guess I mean more of like a creep, but you're right. You can't really change that. If that's part of you and your nature, then you
should be a creep for her.
That's true. That's peace. I feel like my partner can kind of attest to that being an annoying creep sometimes.
I'm happy to hear you're in a relationship again.
Yeah, yo, listen, London's gonna be listening to this like because every episode he's been waiting for me to change the intro.
Right.
Because I just listen. This time I'm gonna be less public with my relationship. I think.
Good. I think that's better.
I think it is too, to be honest. Oh well, I didn't even introduce you. As you guys heard, if you guys are OG listeners and you already have an idea of who it is, she's been on. This is the third time she's been on the podcast. New name alert again.
I know, right?
No, I'm kidding.
But then at the same time, I don't know. Nobody wants to call me Anastasia.
Honestly, I did it today too. I was like, we have to say.
Nobody like yesterday. Everybody Staasia. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe I might just go back to just Staasia with no Daniels.
Really? No.
It's a good name.
It's a very good name.
It's a great name.
It's a fire name.
So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, man. So we got Anastasia on the couch. So.
I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, welcome back.
Although I low-key thought, I was like, who canceled? Why are you asking me to come?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I was like,
do not do that. Like, what the hell? Every time, no, don't do that. It's literally, I was literally planning this for a while. I'm like, okay. Let me fit into the schedule so it makes sense. Because I enjoy our chats.
No, for real.
We have interesting conversations.
Yeah.
Even the stuff that I see you repost on TikTok, I'm like, nah. Listen, you're the queen
of TikTok. I built my For You page brick by brick. Okay. It's because it's about your personality. I think it is, right? It is. So, and my personality is very.
Yeah, it's very chaotic. It's very chaotic.
It's all over the place.
Exactly, it's chaotic. There's a bit of toxicity in there.
There's nothing toxic in there.
Man, you're on some almost Jada type shit.
What does that mean?
As in, it's like, the table they say some shit that's like mad toxic, but then because you hear the people kind of okay it.
I don't agree, but
I think that's your bag.
I'll understand.
I think it's your bag.
I guess.
But yeah, what you been up to since our last chat?
Honestly, just doing my best to find my place in this world, man. Like, a lot's been going on. A lot has been going on. But just trying to figure out, like, what I want to do for real, like, outside of music. Because since I haven't really been in my artist bag like that, I felt like a shell of myself for so long. Because I'm just like, what do I want to do outside of this now? Like, who am I? Because music is not to say that music is my identity, but...
music is your life.
When it's nothing separate from you, it's like, okay, where do I go now? Or like, what else am I really good at? And I'm good at a lot of other things. I don't care for them like I did music, right? So it's like, even trying to be or doing my best to be like an influencer, it's so annoying because I'm like, I don't want to do this. But it's easy and everyone's like, you don't have to do much. Or it's like, it's so easy for you to come up with concepts, just do stuff. So I'm like, okay.
What don't you like about being an influencer?
I think it's the demand to like care more about it than you want to.
Okay.
And then like how like what's the word I'm looking for? How often you have to do it. The occurrence of like, if 2 days go by and you don't do anything, it's like, okay, on to the next. Or like, we just forget about you. Or the algorithm is just so unforgiving.
Yeah.
So it's like,
that's true.
Yeah.
And then even the level of energy you have to have to be consistent. It's just like, you never want to be the person, hey guys, and it's fuck.
No, but like, that's why you shouldn't like introduce people to something you can't maintain. Like I'm not even gonna try to be like, all right guys, so we're here, and then on that day where I feel popped down, then I was gonna be like, oh, she's depressed, or oh, people always have something to say, right?
That's
so
why I'm an ancient nigga from day one. I let them know this is how I'm gonna be.
100%. Yeah. 100%. But yeah, I'm alive. I'm doing great. I feel way better than I did last year. Good. Like internally, mentally. Good. You know,
no, we can tell. We can definitely tell. Like, yeah. There's been like some
it's
changes.
God, yo.
Yeah,
I swear it's God. Like, or I just allowed God to just be like, yo, come here. You know what I mean? Because before I was just so engulfed in my feelings and like just hating like to not be able to make music the way I want to. So I let it keep me like stagnant, and I let it keep me in this hole where it was like, I'm just gonna hide from everybody and I'm just gonna stay away and pop out and show niggas every now and then. But it's just like, I just felt like God has just been like, yo, the reason why you want to hide is the reason why I want to like make you shine. So like, if that makes sense.
Like, this is some Jada shit. This is what I mean.
It's not Jada. Because Jada, she just be saying stuff and it's like, it's in English so we understand, but none of it makes sense.
I have a male friend who's almost like the equivalent of Jada. I think like he said some shit. I'm like, nigga, you did not say anything. Yeah. But because he's like, no, but like, you know the way I said it though.
No.
It's nonsense.
No.
But yeah. So what's your relationship like with music now?
Oh my gosh. Right now, I miss music. I really do. I miss it a lot. I like play my unreleased music every day and like just jam out to it. And I'm like, what the hell, you know? But it costs money to do it. And if I can't put it out the way it needs to be put out, I've gone so many years just like releasing singles and like doing my best to market it. But like, if you don't have the backing for it and if you don't have the community, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time.
That is so heartbreaking though.
It is. It literally, like when I wake up or whenever I'm just doing stuff, where like I went out the other day and people were like, I'm such a fan of your music. And I was like, oh, because to me, I'm like, what music, right? But I'm like, oh, thanks. Or like, you know, just to hear that, I'm like, you know what? But I can't just put it out like that. I refuse to do it. And I know that's probably the perfectionist in me, but it's like, I've been doing this for so long. To come out mediocre, it's just it's a disservice to my fans. Okay. Me, I gotta. Yeah. So when the time is right, it's right. If it's never again, then it's never again. I don't know, Duke. I don't know.
Could you never do music or release music again? Because you're gonna do music.
Yeah, exactly. I'm writing
right?
for people and stuff like that, and like I'm willing to sell everything. Actually, like I'm actually in the talks. I can't obviously say who, but yeah, like I don't care.
No.
Hey, listen, I
get it. You know, we've talked about it a few times, and I want to ask you that too. You don't come off as jaded in terms of.
Really?
Yeah, no, in terms of the music, no. I think it's more so of like, I'd say closer to a disappointment. Yeah. Than jaded. Because jaded, it's like, you niggas didn't like my shit, fuck out of here.
But it is also that, if I can say that, to be honest. And it's not, I don't know if it's like my shit or if it's like a personal thing, but I don't know a lot of people, to be honest. Like, the team that I was with before was really just us, so I didn't really branch out like that. Like I know of a couple people, but like I personally don't really know anybody for anybody to say like they don't like me. It would all be like what you heard, or like people just looking at me and be like, oh, you know, women project, right? So like I even had a girl like DM me and like ask if we had a problem because of how she felt. And I'm like, we don't know.
Time out. What? A stranger?
No, she's not a stranger. Okay. Like I know her, not really know her, but like I've seen her in passing and stuff like that. And I'm like, we're not even acquaintances. Like we don't know each other for us to have any issues.
So what made her even think that?
It's her. So I said that to her. I'm like, women project a lot. So just because you might feel like a way about something, you were taking. I can always tell when I'm meeting somebody's like perception of me. I can always tell. Okay. Right, and then they don't give me a chance really, and it's like,
oh man, that's me right now.
I have a very resting face, and until you come and talk to me, that's when I light up and like smile. But until then, I'm kind of just like in the moment of just like looking around and trying to look busy or whatever. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's
I don't
very,
know.
very
It is.
interesting.
It's weird. People are weird, man. But
People are.
It's Toronto. Like, I love my city because like I've lived here, and I hate to say it, but it's like a lot of dreams die here, you know. So it's like, and you can't afford to stay here, and you can't afford to leave. So it's like, niggas can't even leave. Like back in the day, I'll never forget Big Sean talking about how like he was sleeping in the airport. You know what I mean? Like when he went up with Kanye after his interview, but he was like sleeping in the airport.
Wow.
You can't even do that. Like I'm not doing that nowadays. I need a bed, a comfy one, very cushiony. I'm not doing it. You know what I mean? So if you have to chalk it up to like, yo, she just didn't want it hard enough, then
it's not that. I think it's even saying that is a bit lazy, I find, right? Because you're just looking at it like, well, if you want it hard enough, then this.
But that's what they tell me, though.
I know, but you have to look at the environment they earn as well, right? And like you said,
so then why don't I leave?
That's the thing. I'm not ready to say it's you don't want it hard enough, though. I agree.
I've tried to leave. Yeah. I've tried to set up, you know, the pandemic definitely like screwed me over my plans. But like I've tried to like set up shop where like I was gonna go and stuff like that, and it's like people just they're down, and then something happens. Either somebody gets in a relationship and now they're not comfortable with me being there. It's like, you know, we're gonna actually have a family, so our second room is now gone, and it's like honestly, but I don't know. I think sometimes when you're willing to let go of something, then it starts to work for you. So
I saw my boy tweet that BKP, who's been on the show a few times too. He just said like now I'm at the point where I'm just gonna release the music that I want to release, and then not worry too much about kind of what the reception is gonna be, because he's like, listen, that like, a lot of that was my ego, you know, saying like, I put all this in, I should be receiving this back, and it's
I feel like ego is not a bad thing. People keep trying to make it seem like
I don't think it is.
You should feel that way. You should our community just doesn't commune. Like we just don't do what we're supposed to do, and it's just like, you know, that's one of the reasons when I met you, I was like, I know this guy's gonna be something big, like because you engaged in conversation with me and like was like, yo, I want you on the pod. You heard the snippet of my song, brought me on the pod, and keep doing it. Like people, if you're, I don't know, you know, forget it.
No, but I get, you know, it's funny. I hear that feedback a lot too. Just people thinking like, oh yeah, you just said come on the podcast, and then never.
You have that hunger that is like, it's not really about politics.
No, absolutely,
and that's good. I hope that doesn't change. Obviously, you're not going to like, you're going to be strategic about who and who, right? But not to the point where it's like. Just a certain.
But it's like once you start doing different things, like being introduced to extra gravy and stuff, then you learn a few more things as well, like just behind the scenes stuff, and you're like, right, you're like, okay, all right, and things that you say have repercussions, just perception as well, like what you said,
depending on who, right?
And even the perception, like right now there's a lot of people that believe that I hate women.
I can understand that.
But this is
I can understand that.
Yeah, but do you think it's true though?
No.
Exactly. No. And that's the thing, right? But I have to navigate that because I'm being introduced to them. So they don't know my, not discography, but like my past, or like just me kind of being a trolley.
They're not going to want to know that.
Exactly, right? Especially if that's the first impression they have. Oh, this guy hates women, right? But then I think now they're starting to come around and like, okay, you know, he's just a jokey guy. And then Marlon's also coming in and confirming like, no, he's joking. But I think sometimes like when I have like a back and forth with like Alicia or something, they'll be like, there it is, red pill, and I'm like, no, do you know what red pill is, fam? Like, this is insane. But now we're gonna get Matt on sometime soon as well, and he's gonna break that down. But no, that's real what you said. Like a lot of times you meet people, you can see that they have a certain perception of you. But no, I found that I was able to break that a few times, which is cool.
That's good.
Like I think online a lot too. Like I guess people just maybe not expecting me to respond. I'm like, nigga, you think I'm Oprah? Right, or even close to that, like I'm not popping like
right,
like, what the hell?
Right. So, but even when you are, like, there's a way to go about it, and I think because your foundation is very much like sarcastic and kind of just getting a rise out of people, because why not? Like everybody takes things so serious, and there is somebody else out there who probably does 100% agree with everything you're saying.
And that's
but they need a voice too.
You're right.
So,
you're right. But no, you have been up to a lot of things. I remember I saw the Horny Believer Confessions.
I'm screaming.
Okay, all right. Talk to me about that, because why did niggas send me that? Like, yo, and I'm like, fam, leave me alone. Why are you involving me in this? Because she's been on the show. Like, get out of here, nigga. But how did Horny Believer Confessions even come about?
So this is going to sound weird to like people who aren't believers, but Again, when we were talking about like content, and I was like, okay, if I can't do things around music, I need to do something else. And I remember just asking God, like, okay, what do I do? I don't know. Like, I'm good at it, like a lot of different things, but like I literally got the idea. It's like he gave me the idea. It was like, the first one was the Broke Girl Confessions, right? And I remember being like, I am not doing this. Like, you want me to really broadcast that like niggas is out here broke for real? Like, and I remember how I said in the beginning, it was like, the reason why I was hiding is the reason why he's gonna like shine, like put it, whatever, right? So I was like, okay. And then I'm like, if I start with that, what else can I do, right? And then I'm like, I'm gonna do Horny Believer. Well, I was gonna do Horny Christian Confessions, but I just felt like Horny Christian would have just caused too much, like,
how dare you, this is blasphemous,
right? And then I also I don't classify myself as a Christian, right? Like I don't, just in terms,
talk about that. You said you know God.
In terms of like the modern day understanding of like Christian, I don't associate with that, but I'm like, let me just put believer instead, because it's just more palatable, like whatever. But yeah, that's how it came up. It's like the idea came from God. I swear it did, because I would have never came up with something like that. Like, as much as I create skits. Yeah.
So for the people who haven't seen it yet, what is it? Explain to me.
So Horny Believer Confessions is, as a believer, a lot of people think or are led to believe that like you don't get horny, you don't have urges, you don't have desires. And
they be the horniest,
and they do, and it's because they don't get to talk about it. So a lot of them are hiding in shame,
repressed,
and and it's like shame is not even, we're not even called to feel shame. Shame is not something that we're supposed to like live in. It kind of suppresses us, like we were saying, right? So I just did a skit of like two girls kind of like working, and a girl just flashbacks will hit you.
So I've heard it doesn't really happen for men like that. I mean, I guess it
definitely does. It definitely does, but I feel like maybe more for women. I don't know.
I think so.
But they just come out of nowhere. So it was like, and it's happened to me. So I'm like, let me just do something where it's like I'm just chilling, working on something, and then boom, these flashes come back, and I'm just like, yo, I need to go home. Like, I need to get out of here, because I don't want to talk to that person. And most of the time before,
I need to go home is funny.
No, because it's like, what am I gonna do right now? My friend could tell that I'm off. And I'm trying to hide it. I'm clearly like,
being too horny to be in public is fucking nuts.
Hey man, especially especially if you are abstinent, right? Because like that is my journey. So it's like my bag. So it's like, you know, right? I know, but. Whatever.
I mean, you're voluntary. It's not like incel.
It is voluntary, but it's also like these niggas just don't deserve. So,
that's peace.
You know, it's a risk out here. You can't just be. No, I'm not ready for no kids either. So
God, no, I'm pro-choice.
You feel me? And I don't want to have to make that choice. So
that's peace. Very true.
Yeah, but that's what Horny Believers
kind of stemmed from, and
and then it was just like the confessional part is just about like the truth. So I wanted to have a real conversation, like isn't that human? Isn't it normal for us to feel this way? Like, people try to make it seem like just because you believe in God, it's like, oh, you're not supposed to have these thoughts, you're not supposed to talk about these things, and it's like, are you guys okay?
It's very hypocritical.
And you also don't read your Bible because they
were fucking, bro.
Forget that, like it's just exactly like before Christ and after Christ, like it was just like. So I don't know. I don't even know why that started or how. And I used to be there. I had to unlearn a lot of that stuff, right? I had to unlearn that, because I'm like, wait, this is not right. Like, the closer you get to God and like understand things, you're like, that's actually not of him at all. So a lot of the Christian community is not operating the way they think they are.
And this is what I mean, like in terms of your evolution too, just the unlearning of stuff. You can see you being like, oh, I'm freeing myself of these shackles.
Yeah.
You know? So that's nice to
I've been in shame a lot, even with like financial shame. So doing that Broke Girl Confessions was hard for me, because I'm like, I'm hiding, because people will look at me, they don't think, you know, you're financially challenged. So you don't think they don't think anything is going on like that. And you're just like, nigga, I live in Toronto. First of all, butter is $8.
Oh yeah.
Cheese is $14. Why?
Yeah, it's disgusting. Really, it really depresses me, honestly. It's bad. Yeah. it's real bad.
It's insane. And then trying to like, or doing your best to like be an entrepreneur on top of that.
Oh God.
Oh my God. Forever having to prove yourself and needing to get sponsored.
Yeah.
And you have to spend money to get that, right?
Yeah,
so it's like
people see you jingling your cup, like, hey, please, hey.
But it pretty much is that.
That's exactly what it is.
And honestly, it's like you have to be willing to do it too sometimes. You know, everybody's got to ask. Everybody's got to make it known. That's why I don't shy away necessarily from like asking, even for like support.
Yeah.
I don't shy away from that because it's like when shit pops off, I will look at everybody and say, I asked, I reached out, I tried to collab, I tried to this, and you guys didn't. So when I'm up and it's on.
Yeah. Also, it's over for them. You're deading those relationships. I have a lot.
It's not about deading the relationships. It's just understanding of like where to put them. Because remember, like I don't know which one, which episode it was, but remember I'm like relationships are ships. They're supposed to take you somewhere. Yeah,
that was the first one.
It's a ship. They're supposed to take it. Like we're supposed and partnership. So even if it's just partnerships, meaning we both want something out of it, or you can assist me in something. Why isn't that enough? Like, but I understand there are people who like ruined it, like people who were taking things for granted, or like somebody put them on and then they shitted on them after, or like so I get it, but it's like, when do you stop doing people how they did you? Like when does that cycle end?
That part too, because I feel like then they, not that they won, but they've converted you. Is how I see it. So it's like, I think the best way is really just like you said, being aware of how they treat you. It's like, oh, okay, I was unaware. In my mind, I had you here, but you showed me that this is what it is. That's cool. No hate in my heart, but it's just it hurts.
It's always never any
more
hate.
Pain. It's more pain than anger, I think, a lot of times. So I'd be like, damn, that hurt. But we move.
What can you do? Time goes on. Time waits for nobody, and it's just like, I realized that way too late, but at least I realized it now, right? Because I literally wasted 2 years just like mourning. Just like
friendships and stuff?
Friendship, partnerships, music, like the way I go about music. Like for the first time in my career, I recorded like a couple weeks ago, and I was just an artist. I walked in, I sang, and that was it. I didn't, because usually I'm recording myself. I'm arranging my own vocals.
Oh, wow.
This is the first time I had somebody in there like, do this, and I was just doing it and just like letting them. I've never had that experience before.
Amazing.
And I was like, oh, wow. Because I'm just used to doing everything myself, right? But it was great. I was like, this is great. So I'm like slowly building my team, and it's just like, That's fire. You've also been doing Thoughts of the Week as well. I haven't seen as much lately, but I remember I used to see a bunch of them before. They were really cool. Yeah, I used to do it weekly, and then I was like, this is not... It is. There's a lot. Weekly, that week comes by quick. 7-day cycle, like, just comes by quick. So I do it bi-weekly now. But, that was something else, actually. I had a voice note, I think, from last year, January, that said... because it popped in my head as an idea. So I recorded it. I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to do this, but I'm going to just take a bunch of like clips and then do like my thoughts of the week or whatever. And I just started doing it at the end of last year. And I'm like, okay, people actually like this. Yesterday, somebody was like, yo, I love your thoughts of the week. And I was like, oh my God, wow, thank you. I was just about to ask you great. So what's the reception been like from that, and also from the Horny... so that I heard a lot of that yesterday. I was at Carnival Oasis. It's a gifting suite put on by the Well Connected team, and so just Jackie, but there a lot of people were just like, I knew it was you, I recognized you, I love the Bro Girl Confession, like your thoughts of the week. And I'm just like, because I'm not expecting it, right? So I'm like, oh, so it's the reach is there. It's people are seeing it, so that's great. That's good. It's good. I feel like it's more of my, especially thoughts of the week, it's more of my bag. Like, it's just, I have a lot of random thoughts. Exactly. And it's cool, and it makes sense. It's like, this is chaotic, and I identify with this. I like this. It's cool. It's very nice. What does self-care look like for you at this point? Oh my God, self-care? I think it's like two things. So self-care is holding myself accountable. So doing the things that I got to do, like making sure that I'm actually like working out, drinking my water. Like if I have my goals, are my actions aligning with what I want? You know what I mean? Because like we can wanty all we want, and then like we're not getting it because we're not doing anything that's... So that, and then also it could be just a day of just nothing, just kick up, eye mask on, spliff, food, a good show to watch, a good something, or even it's just like writing, anything really. Because sometimes I can just be doing so much work on myself, or like just so much content, that I don't have time to just chill. And I mean like chill and do nothing. Nothing for social media, nothing for my family, nothing for like just nothing. You know what I mean? So I finally had one day last week where I literally was just in bed all day, and I was
amazing.
like, wow.
Yeah.
So this is what it's like to be whatless. It's great.
It's amazing.
It's great.
How do people around you take that? Because sometimes, like, your family will be like, what? You want to do nothing? Like, don't, what? And it's like, nigga, I am doing so much. Just leave me alone. First, I just want a day of just nothing. Absolutely nothing.
My family I shouldn't say couldn't say anything, but they won't. Like, I live by myself, first of all.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's, that's a perk.
Right. I will not answer my phone. Like, I just won't answer it.
Yeah.
My boundaries are stronger now. Like, I don't let people demand anything from me, especially when I got to a point in my life where I'm like, I did so much pouring and like nobody was there for me. It's like, so it's not, I'm not necessarily saying I'm choosing out of pain, but it's like out of purpose now. I'm just like, who's actually there? And those people I'll pick up for. But other than that, my phone's on silent. It's on silent right now.
Well, I get too anxious, but yeah, I'm still working on those.
Anxious? Like you don't want to miss a call.
If I really think about it, really, it's like, I guess the guilt, especially if it comes to about family. Like, a lot of times. Are
you like a go-to person though in your family for like responsibility? The guilt is there?
For some things, but not a lot, right? Which adds more pressure to it. It's like I don't come to you with everything. Right. I'm coming to you with this thing. Come on, and then you have that pressure of like, fuck.
Okay, I understand that. So that's.
Yeah. It gets interesting.
I do my best for my family, my friends, to make sure that they're equipped with tools just in case I'm not available. Like, do you have the tools to navigate through this? I'm sure you do, and then that means like I don't disappear for that long. Like like let's be for real. Sometimes self-care is just literally TikTok all day. Well, not all day, but you know what I mean, for a couple of hours or whatever. So I'll see the notification. It's just I'll read it and I just won't respond.
Yeah. So, well,
sorry guys.
I'll get there one day. Let's get into the news. Actually, before the news, I forgot. Yeah, yesterday was a crazy day. I almost didn't mention on the podcast. I would have been nuts. But yesterday, I went to the Partynextdoor concert. Well, by the time that this comes out on Wednesday. So this was last week, listeners. Went to the Partynextdoor concert at Budweiser stage. And it was fun. It was a good time. I went there. It was hot as fuck, actually.
Yeah, of course.
Before we even got to the seats, napkins. Dripping, like I'm a pastor. Just like constantly just wiping and everything else. And the seats were good, too. Crowd was obviously, decent. It was decent. There wasn't an opener. It was just a DJ.
That's good. It's party, though. Who's party going to have open for him?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, but I'm just happy we came there late because it says doors open at 7.
I heard it started super late. Yeah. I
think we got there at maybe 8, 9. I think, so
and
8,
what time
9.
did it start?
It said party's supposed to be on at 9. I'm like, that's not true. He didn't come on till, what time? 10.
Oh, okay, it's only an hour.
I know, but it's just...
That's standard.
It's hot. That's exactly what I thought, dude, standard. Yeah. But it was a good time. That DJ was playing the tracks. People were having a good time. Energy was nice. And so when Party came out, he was doing his thing, it's my first time seeing him live.
Yeah.
I've seen videos and clips and stuff before where he's just hiding.
Yeah.
And throwing up gang signs.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know. Like I love Party's music, but performance, I don't know. But he did his thing, man. It was nice. The dancers went crazy. The dancers were insane. My girl was asking me like, "Yo, what's her at?" I'm like, "Relax."
I mean, hey.
No.
From the videos I've seen, like even with the women in it, so they've been doing their thing. So
there's no way Party's not.
There is a way. Duke.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
There's a way.
If Party cannot resist food, you think he's gonna resist women?
Yes.
That's peace.
Yes.
That's peace.
There is a way. You can't just say that. But I can understand. It'd be hard.
Yeah.
It'd be really hard.
Yeah.
Especially if they're like, yo, I'm trying to give him some. You know what I mean?
Forget about it.
When a woman is actually wanting to impress a man, it's harder for them to say no.
A lot of niggas fold. Yeah. A lot of niggas fold. Like.
And it's just because like,
people have folded for less looking people. Like, you know what I mean? So
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
The dancers were dancing. And, we had 3 BBL warriors in front of us as well.
Screaming at the warriors.
Their shits were stiff. You know what I mean? Like
I don't see a lot of BBLs in Toronto.
I rarely see them, but they were all gathered in that spot.
Oh, it looked bad, eh?
It didn't look terrible, but it just looked funny.
But you can tell.
The kid in me was laughing.
Their bums just look like, it's like a hot dog bun sideways. Like, it's like... Why?
It felt like it felt like maybe like a Harvey's burger bun.
I'm screaming.
You know how
exactly.
there's a little M? Yeah, like that's what.
No, but for real, real. I don't. Hey man, kudos to them.
It was stiff. Like, I mean, one of them was moving it, but the other one was like, yeah, you know.
So it was moving. Did it look real though?
It did not look real.
See, that's where I'd be like,
they're wearing cargos and the shit is up here. It's like cool.
And it's just like stiff.
Yeah.
I don't know where they went. Stiff. I don't know where they be going for this, but I really
don't know.
For you to get a BBL to like live in Toronto is crazy.
That's what I'm gonna say. I'm like, what job do you have? I really want to know.
I don't know.
Like, get a BBL and like you're like working at it.
They must be getting flued out.
Oh yeah. Oh, I saw a lot of that.
Then maybe it's for that, but it's like,
you're right. That's your job though.
Who am I to tell you how to use your BBL?
You're right. That's peace. You're right. You're 100%.
Like I said, I'm like, would I get a BBL? I don't know. If I had the money, would I think about it? Maybe I just don't think about it because I don't have the money. Like, I don't know.
I would not get a BBL.
That's good.
For the record.
I'm glad.
I don't think I would. It'd be very uncomfortable. Also, wiping. How do you wipe?
What do you mean, how do you wipe?
That's a lot of stuff back there.
What do you mean that's a lot of stuff back there? Your crack is your crack.
I know, but if it's like deep or not, like if you're used to it.
You have to like
exactly.
I'm screaming. The density in which you have to like, I guess you might have to hold up a cheek.
That's that's a lot. Public washrooms are out.
Why would I mean?
Oh, you don't believe in taking shits in public?
No, absolutely not. No.
Listen, I freed myself of those shackles a long time ago.
I can't do it.
I was 13 and I had ice cream. And
see, but like if you have to go, you have to go. Like
I did.
But.
And also I'm a guy too, so I feel like it's not as bad.
I don't know why though. Like who came up with that?
I don't know.
That's just like my next confession is shy girl confession. Mm-hmm. So a girl that goes to a man's house for the first time and has to shit.
Yeah.
And it's like
not for the first time?
Yeah, because we all have that like, oh my god, we're kind of scared kind of thing or whatever. But
wait, first link and she's taking a shit?
Not the first time at the house.
Okay.
So you know, like if it's a sleepover, hello, in the morning you gotta go.
First time you gotta hold it. First time to my house, you're taking a shit. Nah.
But here's a part of my confessions that's like, here's the thing. If we ate the same thing, why would you get to release and I don't?
You know, that's a good question. I mean,
we ate the same thing.
Go upstairs. You gotta go to separate washrooms.
If there's an upstairs, then sure. Yeah. But like, you know what I mean? Like girls, we definitely have that. Like we get shy. Yeah. And it's like turn on the tap water. Cough.
I mean, you know, there's just
make sure you have your phone. If you forget your phone, you're screwed.
Yeah, you know, there's some men that are like that too, right?
Really?
Yes, we just don't talk about it.
They get shy booty.
Yo, I would never refer to myself as a shy booty. That's crazy.
Shy booty boy.
But I will never. Well,
you guys really do?
Yeah, no, like especially first few links, I'm not farting in front of the girl. Like literally, there's a joke about after you're done hanging out with shorty. You go to your room.
Yeah, or for like fart walks.
Yeah, exactly.
After eating, I think we just need to normalize it. But I feel like you need to know your body. If you know your body and like you know that like it's going to like clear the room, then like do it on your own.
And that's the thing. Sometimes some niggas smells don't mesh.
Some niggas just don't care. I'll never forget this one time meeting up with this. We were talking for like 3 months and we finally linked up. I think I was. So he came over, he stayed the night, and the next morning, just beer gas. I was like, I was literally looking at him, I was like, are you serious? He's like, what do you want me to do? I was like, you can't like,
no, you gotta
why do I need to hear this?
Yeah, that's like crazy. Hear, smell. Like, I don't want to be around any of that.
I was just so like,
disgusting.
You're very comfortable, and I'm like, should I shame this person?
Yes.
It's very normal. It's very
sometimes you gotta shame people.
Human.
No. First thing, they have some decorum, nigga. Like,
that's how I feel. But like, how do you get around that? Like, I'm gonna go to the car real quick.
You gotta hold it.
Just all of that.
You know how many stomach?
You can die from holding gas.
I've been on the borderline.
You can die from holding gas. Yeah.
I've held in shits. I've held in, you know what I mean, like gas, all that stuff.
I have to. Yeah. I definitely have to because I'm just like.
Can't be doing that.
Yeah.
Like you have to, like you said, you have to, you know, the effect that your
it's just I don't want like if I know it could be silent, then like I might let it out.
That's the thing. A lot of girls, it's silent. But you think I don't fucking smell that shit?
Yeah, but like ours don't smell.
Oh God,
they don't.
They smell so fucking bad. Yes, they do.
I guess it depends on. Well, see, I regularly like detox.
All right.
I drink a lot of good things.
Yeah, eat so clean. What the fuck just came out of you? Yeah.
I don't know. I don't. Now, if I'm having a burrito, maybe that might, you know what I'm saying? But
I'm trying to think like what's worse. Like
I feel like you should cut this out. Me talk a pretty good talking about taking shit and farting.
No, I think it's about, you know, it's real. It's about vulnerability.
It is. We all do it. I think a lot of men. I had a friend who his mom literally raised him believing that women don't fart.
That's wild.
Like he's like no. So when I finally got comfortable and like he was like, you don't do that. We don't do. He's like, I've never heard my mom fart to this day, and I'm like, I hate that your mom has done this to you.
I definitely heard my mom fart.
Yeah.
As a kid, I didn't want to. She was like older.
But that's what I'm saying. Like she raised him to believe that women don't fart.
Yeah.
So he was like literally like, what the hell? What was that?
Yeah.
Tell me that was your foot on the ground. Like, and I'm like,
it's actually pretty crazy.
Oh. Yeah. I tried to let it out for the first time in my sleep. So then it can't count.
It definitely
I'm sleeping.
counts. No, but the worst is like the silent farts at night.
I don't know about that. I don't get. That's what I'm saying. I don't.
Because then you just turn around like woof, like what the fuck?
I want like literally this guy. I want to like. I'm not a violent person, but I want to clear him because like it's gross and he's lactose, but he doesn't care.
All right.
He doesn't care.
All right.
He will eat the ice cream. He will have a whole milkshake, an extra cheese pizza, and just prepare.
Yeah.
He'll be like, I'm like, take your probiotic pills, please.
I think I'm like that a little bit. I'm not fully lactose, but sometimes like I might be.
I hate that for you.
It's actually fine. Like I still drink chocolate milk. So I'll do that every so
often. Chocolate milk is kind of hard to get away from.
Exactly, right?
I just started liking chocolate milk.
You just started? Mm-hmm. Oh my God.
I don't like chocolate like ice cream or chocolate.
Yeah, no, chocolate ice cream is disgusting. Yeah, it's the worst ice cream actually.
But chocolate milk, I think my sisters turned me off of it because like do you remember Nestle Quick?
Yeah.
Yeah, so my mom used to always buy that and like the milk to go and chocolate, and they just used to just down, and it just made me sick. I'm like, you guys are drinking too much chocolate milk, like it's gross.
Yeah.
But I also can't drink regular 2% milk anyway.
Really?
So,
Nah, I used to way back. I used to drink hot milk.
Hot milk?
It's an African
like by itself?
No, sometimes with sugar, sometimes with Nesquik.
That sounds interesting.
It is. It's an African thing.
Wow.
People drink like Ovaltine. I think Jamaicans drink that too sometimes. Right?
And Milo and stuff like that.
Yeah, I never did Milo. Milo was nasty.
Really?
But I fucked with like Ovaltine as a kid, and then I did
Ovaltine bangs.
Yeah.
I'm not into Nestle Quick at all.
But yeah, like now I don't do it as much because I'm grown.
Yeah, we grow up, you know.
Yeah. Back to party though.
Yes.
Drake came out, and I knew he would, to be honest, because it makes too much sense.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's a party concert. You have this whole thing going on. It's in the city. I'm like, yeah, he's gonna pop up.
And this is usually when he does OVO Fest, no?
Exactly. Yeah. You know, so I'm like, yeah, it makes too much sense. And then there was a guy who was sitting in front of us. He was like, not security or anything, but he had some kind of title. And then he's sitting there with his legs crossed, you know, just there on his phone, whatever. And then he turns around like, get your phones ready. Drake's coming.
I'm screaming.
And I'm like, what? And I was like, I mean, it confirmed. And then me and my girl told people around us. And the girl next to us, just these two little white girls, one of them's like, no, I'm going to cry. No. And she literally cried. Like Drake came out and then she cried and it was crazy. But no, Drake came out, did his thing, and you know he did a lot of.
Have you seen Drake live before?
Yeah. I think I've seen him twice.
Are you a fan? Are you a Drake fan?
I'm a Drake fan. We'll get to that.
Okay.
We'll get to you being a Drake fan. But it was nice. He did his thing. He was playing a lot of the B-sides. Like he opened with Finesse.
I hope you're ready. I'm gonna take you on a journey. Right?
No, he came on Sweeter Man, and then he did Finesse.
Sweeter Man.
I know. But Finesse, I'm like, wow.
Did he do Wagwan Delilah?
He did too. I don't want to bring that up. I hate that song. It's fucking stupid.
You hate it?
It's
like a strong detest, for real?
I think it's a stupid
What do you hate
thing.
about it?
I hate that it's a caricature of how some people actually talk like that. And the person who did the song, I think he's like mimicking someone or something. And the fact that Drake...
Yeah, Toronto, man.
Yeah.
Do you know there's people who actually talk like that?
I do.
Though, right?
I do. Let me hope. But Drake did his thing.
Yeah.
He did his thing. No, not just in terms of the culture in the city. I mean, like at the concert.
Oh yeah. I'm sure.
Yeah, he did a whole lot of songs. I actually have a list of it too. But
I heard that he kept saying like, "How many more songs do you guys want?" Or something.
Yeah. He's like, I might do like one more or two more.
And he took over the entire set. He was more than half.
Yeah, and the guy who told us Drake was coming, he's like, he might do like 3 minutes.
Who was that guy?
I have no idea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 songs. Jesus Christ.
Back to back.
Yeah.
Wow.
And only one of them. Okay.
He missed performing.
He did, yeah. I'll list the names. So Finesse, I'm on one. Connect. He was
went
crazy.
back.
Yes. Practice, Blue Tint, Drama with Roy Woods, Mine, which I don't.
Did Roy Woods come out?
He did.
Okay.
In all white.
Of course.
Yeah. Shout out to Roy Woods and his team.
True Jamaican fashion.
Yeah. Faithful, Redemption, Pipe Down, Bahamas Promises.
Wow.
Fire and Desires.
He didn't do any of the songs that I think he would.
Right? Typically at a show,
yeah.
Right? This is like almost like a B-sides show. It was really nice. Jaded.
It's Toronto, that's why.
Yeah. Recognize and then Come and See Me. And then Partynextdoor's dad was there too.
Aww.
Yeah, his parents were there, and then your parents in the building, and then his dad was wearing some patterned shirt. Shout out to him.
What's wrong with the patterned shirt?
The pattern was very loud. Like that's essentially my dad would wear. You know?
What is Party's background?
I thought he was Jamaican.
He's not?
That shirt yelled African. I think he's Jamaican, right? He's Jamaican.
Jaron. His name's Jaron.
Yeah. I'm like 95% sure he's Jamaican.
Well, he could be half and half.
True. But I had no idea. If he is African, hey, we got one. But it was a good show.
That's what's up.
And then, just like, especially with that moment, just seeing his parents look at him on stage and he packed it out.
Yeah.
And they're just so happy. I'm like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Because every creative.
That moment, man.
That
moment is
like, wow.
is amazing.
Yeah.
Like for your parents to see that, it's like, this is what I've been doing it for, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, shout out to the whole team over at OVO. Let's get into some of the news items. Actually, no. Wait. You thought we were done with you? What are your feelings about Drake?
Oh, wow. Why? I feel like this question isn't conducive to growth.
We got it.
I love Drake's music. Yeah.
All right.
I think he's really, really, really good at what he does.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, it's actually insane. Sometimes I laugh because I'm like, this guy is a genius. Like, he's really good at what he does. Yeah.
How do you feel about Tory Lanez in terms of his talent?
I love Tory. I used to work with Tory, like really, really, really early out. When he was with, what was his group's name? Flock Fresco, I think his group name was called. Yeah, so I remember just like seeing this short, skinny nigga, and I'm like, this nigga's singing his ass off, and I'm like, this guy could sing, and he helped me out with like this one record or whatever. And then I remember him being like, yo, you don't even know, I'm about to be one of the biggest artists. It could be one of the biggest artists. I'm like, I believe it. And then just seeing him do what he was able to do was just like, I knew it. He's so like, his talent, his skill is insane. It's insane. Like he's really, really, really good at what he does. How I feel and he can sing actually.
Yes.
Like,
and just like his range and like what he does. I'm like, this is actually it's
and
weird.
The quickness that he can do it with. Like it's like,
I remember I came to that realization maybe 3-4 years ago, which is obviously late because a lot of the Tory Lanez fans are like, no, you understand, like he's him. And I'm like, yeah, sure. But then I really started like paying attention, and then I remember he put out that video of him making a song in the studio live. And I was like,
it's really like that.
This is insane.
It's really like that.
And then obviously the music and like Playboy, that project. Oh my God, that project is insane.
I'm not familiar with that one.
Oh, you have to go listen to that one. That is like a perfect like breakup album. Very, very, very good project.
Okay.
And then he had the Alone at Prom as well and everything. So now he's super duper talented.
Yeah. Insane.
Yeah. So a couple things for the news. I want to start with Brent Faiyaz. Alleged. The whole thing is alleged, right? I just see the headlines that he impregnated Cyn Santana, which is
and
Joe
I'm just
Budden's
like,
baby moms.
How?
And they're also engaged.
Are they?
Apparently, because she announced an engagement and a pregnancy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, the fuck? I'm in the ministry of minding my own business for sure, but that is a interesting link up. Yeah. But also, didn't Joe Budden and Brent have like a back and forth?
I don't think there was too much back and forth, but I think it was more so just Joe shooting at Brent. because he was.
But this was
that.
so it could be. This is why.
That's it. I'm saying there's so many angles at this, but essentially, Joe had a take about Brent where he said
his music.
Yeah, he said he can't sing. He's like, I don't know why you guys keep lying. This guy cannot sing. He is an awful singer.
Yeah.
Stop lying to us.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, what are you talking about? This album is good. He's like, he literally did a breakdown.
I love
Go to this
Budden's
song.
breakdowns.
He's like, this is not singing.
Yeah.
This is not. All right, got it. All right.
Yeah.
And he was doing this. I'm like, yo, where's this energy coming from? Right. And this was like years ago. And then of course his new shit dropped and then became kind of an inside joke on the podcast of like, nigga, he can't sing. Stop.
Yeah.
Don't even play that shit over here.
Yeah.
And then this comes out and I'm like, all right. So is it either Brent sniped Cyn linked with him?
No.
Were they doing that the whole time?
How could he snipe Cyn? They were already apart, right?
Yeah, I know. But I'm saying, like, you're talking shit about me. Your baby mom's a single. Watch it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, if it's on the notion of that, that's some nasty work.
That is having a baby
that's some nasty work. That's some nasty work. I've heard women do that.
Oh God, see how women wicked?
Them wicked still. They are.
Crazy.
But like that, it's not. Joe Budden, like, is he gonna feel heated about it?
He can't admit it.
I feel like he would.
Yeah?
I feel like he would. I feel like Joe has admitted a lot of different things and he would be like, that's already my baby mom's. I've already had my time with her. What do you want me to like?
Yeah.
If he wanted to get back with her and make it work and change, I'm sure she would take him back.
I don't know.
I said change, remember?
Okay,
I didn't say stay the same.
Joe is not, he can't change that way. I think he's very principled and he's with this girl now too, right? They're together.
That same girl, right? I just know the body's crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
The same girl. It's a black girl now finally, right? Yeah. No, but I'm just.
I mean, Cyn identifies as black, no?
Identifies.
She's
Let's not do
Afro-Latina.
this. Okay.
Woo, man, there's something I want to say.
Okay.
I'm gonna cut this out. Do you understand? Anyway, we just had technical difficulties. Something just happened. I don't know, like something flew in the room. Anyway,
it happens.
Cyn Santana.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't know. That is interesting. If they just said, "Yo, let's just get this nigga back for all the shit that he be talking, and let's get together," is absolutely insane. Do you think it'll last?
A spite baby? I do not think it will last because I swear, like Brent announced, what was it, a year ago that he had a baby, or he came out on Twitter. What? It's fake? Oh, really?
So he was just preparing people.
Oh, wow. Damn. He did the foreshadowing for Joe. This is a deeper, darker.
I'm taking it back. I just can't, like, I don't know. I don't want to believe
Brent.
that.
You got to watch niggas like Brent,
yeah,
bro.
Yeah.
Too many women like Brent. Joe, you got to relax.
Do they?
What? Yes. A lot of women like Brent. I'm telling you, they just,
To each their own.
Yeah. Something about that nigga, but
he's talented. He has a skill. I don't think it doesn't matter if he can sing or not. Like he makes.
You think he can sing? We got it.
Hey man, I feel like he can hold a note for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It works. That's the thing.
It works. That's
so
the
like
thing.
regardless,
It
like
works.
it works.
Mm-hmm.
It works. So.
All right. But speaking of announcements, we have someone who made 2 announcements as well. Similar to Cyn.
Mm-hmm.
She announced that she's pregnant.
Who?
Cardi B. And in the same day, she announced that she's getting a divorce.
Oh my God.
Like, this is...
Yo, Offset ain't shit.
What is going on?
Well, first of all, what if it's not his?
Oh.
And that's why she's like, oh, I could divorce you now because it's not your baby, nigga.
God.
I don't know. I feel like, honestly, men, like, you guys really don't understand, like, what women really and truly go through. For her to go through with, like, a third and the man cannot stay faithful or loyal is absolutely insane.
Yes.
And it has very little to do with her. I'm not going to say nothing.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. But very little to do with her. Everything to do with, like, he has no discipline at all.
Discipline.
Yes,
Yeah,
like,
no, you're
none.
right, though.
It's crazy.
He has a problem. And I think, like, after a few
14.
things came out, I'm like, all right, fam, like, I can't even...
The things that I've heard. The things that I've, like, yeah.
It's like, Offset, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you're married. You're not in a relationship.
And it's with, like, random jabronis. Like the most randomest women.
He can't stop. And I'm like, what is
that's why I say, listen, putting your trust in a nigga is a humiliation kink. I swear. It is. If you have a humiliation kink, then
So you're just never gonna trust men?
I'm not gonna say never, but listen, I am definitely like, I'm not going for potential. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It's just not one. Yeah, it's not one of those. It's just like,
yeah, women do that a lot. Yeah.
Understanding. You just have to. Well, here's the thing. Like, a lot of men weren't raised necessarily to like understand certain principles, and I get that. Even when you get to a certain age, like there are men 35, 38 who just don't understand certain principles, and they're just like, I am the way I am, right?
Oh, that's peace. I didn't see that
let's
part.
cut that out. Let's cut that out.
All right, bro, we got it. Something else that came is on a headline.
Wait, so what do you think about niggas who can't be loyal? What do you have to say like about that?
I think it's definitely a young man thing for one, but I think a lot of it is tied to them just not willing to be honest with themselves.
About what?
And honest with their partners, just about what it is that they actually want, right? Like they want both. They want the I'm that nigga, I still get women, blah, blah, but I also want that stability of a constant. But the reality is
that's very real.
It is.
The reality is you could have both, maybe.
Yeah, maybe, right?
Yeah.
But you have to communicate that. And I think that they know for the most part that's not going to happen because they know that they would never entertain that. Right. Especially when you're a kid, right? You start like, yeah, I want both. Of course I want both. But you know that you can't because you would never take it if the roles are reversed.
Ever.
But then these same men grow up and become like, well, I'm a man. I deserve this. And they become red pill. Right? For a lot of them. But I think that a lot of them also kind of evolve and say, like, yeah, that was weird. Like, I don't have to be dishonest that way. You know, I don't have to be doing these kind of things.
Yeah.
I, for one, I never really had that much of a problem with it. Like, I definitely had my faults.
Yeah. We all do.
It was never, like, to the point where I'm offset.
Yeah.
You know? Or it's like,
3 kids Jesus. Now. Like, I feel so bad for Cardi, but I'm glad that she, you know, if she's actually going to walk away from him, then, like, now, like, all right, at least you got it to this point, you know? But I also remember her being like, because a lot of girls are like, oh, I don't ever want to be under the shackles of whatever Offset has on Cardi. But I remember Cardi being like, yo, that's still my husband. And when I want to have sex, I'm just going to go with him because, like, I don't want to add another body. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I was just like, well, they're married, so.
Exactly. It's her husband. So that's the thing. It's like, that's not just a partner. She's a husband.
Yeah.
So. And yeah, that's kind of what I respected about Cardi. Like, she was like, listen, it's a
faithful
family
to her
thing.
vows.
Like, yeah. It's like, we're going to make this work regardless, but I think she just hit the point where
he's
it's like,
so embarrassing.
Yeah.
So broken.
And yeah. And he even posted that video of him in the back of the car, listening to music, laying down. I'm like, that nigga looks broken. And it's like, niggas always do this. Like, I'm cooling. You're not cooling. We can see it in your eyes.
But it's like, why post at all? That's the thing. Yeah, like, he's probably still also like healing from, like, you know, Takeoff and the whole thing of stuff like that. Because you don't, I can imagine in the industry, if there's like a demand on you, you don't really get to like truly heal.
There's no way you can.
So
yeah, no.
The outlet of like other women and just, but it's like, isn't there a safer way to do this?
There is, but you know, niggas and feelings and, you know.
Oh, that's good to hear you say. Niggas and feelings.
Yeah, niggas and feelings. And yeah, like it's tough. It's new. And then a lot of times if you open up to not the wrong person, but if you get the wrong reception or I guess response, you shut down and you're like, fuck, I knew it. I should never open up in the first place.
Yeah, I hate that. I really do hate that because, but at the same time, it's like a lot of men use that reason. I was gonna say excuse, but you're right. But it could also be a reason because like I can't act like every woman is me and my friends. You know what I mean? Like there are some women who do use it against you and just because they're broken too, but just because she did that, it's like you don't just go around and be like, oh, I'm gonna shut down now.
Exactly, because then they treat the women who do that poorly, right? So it's like, do you want to be treated that way? No. It gets deep. It does. You know what doesn't get so deep?
What?
This next headline. So this is a transition, but I found this thing on Twitter. You know, obviously the Olympics are going on, and Italy faced Turkey in boxing, right, in the women's boxing. Italy lost because the Turkish boxer this is all alleged, is a trans athlete, a trans woman.
Oh no, and they didn't know that.
They did know it, apparently, right? And they fought, and after she tapped out after 2 minutes, there wasn't a knockout. She just kind of said, like, they're too strong. I'm not doing this. I'm out. Yeah, and so everyone was saying, I need to see this footage Because there's no way, right? Like a hung, and then she was like, I'm done. I'm done. Right?
Screaming.
So I'm looking for the footage. I'm seeing, finding things online. I'm seeing the fight. I'm like, it looks like it's fine. And they're showing like the Turkish athlete as well, which she looks fine or whatever. Like, yeah, armpits are a bit hairy, but you know what I mean? It's like it's
women are on that wave nowadays.
Yeah, exactly, right? But I'm looking at it, I'm like, nothing to really concern me. Anyway, fast forward, more news came out. Turns out, not a trans athlete at all. She was born female.
What?
Exactly. So I'm like, I have no idea where the fuck this thing came from. And it got to the point where even Elon Musk was retweeting it. Right? So I'm like, where did this even start? Turns out she's completely born female. Italy is just fucking trash.
Oh.
And they pulled, like they showed some of the footage from the Italian boxer training. She was benching 10 pounds. And when
I saw that.
You saw that, right?
Yeah, I saw that, and they were like, "Well, no wonder."
Exactly. What the fuck? And she was crying in the ring too. I'm like, this is crazy. Because people were already running with this, saying this is so unfair. Like, look at this community.
To come up with a trans lie, though,
crazy.
It's Sierra all over again.
Yeah, yo, I really thought that was real. I remember Googling a picture and she had a hairy thigh, and I was like, she's the man.
It was the print. It was the picture with the print that somebody really edited. It made it look like she had a print. And was
I
like,
didn't even know about prints back then. I just really remember seeing her like in some black pants, and I saw a hole and there was like hair. I feel like if I were to see that picture today, I know that it's clearly photoshopped.
Yeah.
But
and it's getting worse because AI be AI.
AI is insane. It is too good. We're getting to the point where it's like, it's funny how old people just believe everything they see.
I know.
And I feel so bad.
The WhatsApp messages just don't stop. My mom's like, Angel, look on this. I'm like, Mom, get off Facebook, please.
Yeah, it's bad. Please. It's real bad out there. But nah, it's just crazy that Italy even tried to flip it like this.
I can't believe that. Poor girl. She's probably like,
what the fuck? Like, I just wanted now you got exactly like where? Like where, But yeah, I don't know. Was she like bigger in stature? No, I mean maybe slightly taller, but in terms of she's like a bit flat chested. But that's a lot of athletes.
My girl was just not ready and bench pressing 10 pounds.
What it is.
Like, girl,
it made no sense.
Who did you think you were gonna get in the ring with?
Yeah,
because it's the same weight class and all of that. They have to make sure of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it didn't.
Screaming.
Yeah, I'm like, this is a crazy excuse to use for losing. Like,
that is insane.
Yeah, it's very, very nuts, but creative nonetheless.
Talk about defamation of character,
bruh, to the highest fucking degree. You know what else happened this week too? Yachty was on a lot of different platforms talking about his relationship with Drake.
I have so many of those snippets saved, and I haven't gone through like a lot of them yet. I only saw the one where they were talking about trying to clear that sample from the Mr. Hotspot guy.
Yes,
but other than that,
yes. Okay, so I'll start with the Drake thing that he shared. Right, so he said that Drake was unbothered by the whole Kendrick beef. He said like you're not really tripping about that. Like that's whatever.
Okay.
No, that's not true.
Yeah,
that is.
But like, why is Yachty on a campaign going around?
Because he's Drake's bestie. He's Drake's bestie. He's Drake's best friend.
I mean,
they're the best of friends.
I just feel like, let's be for real. If we listen to Drake's music, we hear how bothered he is with a lot of things, right? Exactly. So it would be absolutely insipid to believe that he wasn't bothered by the way Kendrick played his hand in that beef. It was a great battle. Like
it was a fantastic battle.
I remember waking up and just seeing, I'm like, wait, what? Playing, connected to my speaker, getting ready, dancing, listening to, and I remember just pausing it, holding my head like,
no.
Kendrick snapped.
There's some points where it got really dark, like Meet the Grams. I'm like, ooh.
But it was so good.
It was too good. It was like, okay, this is scary.
It was good though.
It was
good though. The daunting beat, the cadence, the wordplay, like everything was just insane. Insane. I was like, what is Drake going to do? Like, what is he going to come back with? Like, what's gonna happen? But
and to your earlier point, like you said, if you listen to Drake's music, then
come on,
perturbed. Like, what are we even saying? I don't even know. I don't think Yachty believes it. If he does, then he is.
I think maybe Yachty believes that he's not bothered in a sense where, like, musically, Drake isn't losing any fans. He's not, his fans don't hate him. They can't. Drake is too good at his music that he's not going to lose his fans. However, the industry people now, that's a different story, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think
I think, he knows that. That's the thing. Drake knows that the people in the industry already don't like him, and that it's
a lot more started to come out. But it's also not just because he's Drake; it's because he's Canadian. We also, I do truly believe that
it is.
They don't want no Canadian nigga, especially light skin.
It's a fact.
We don't have a hip hop, you know what I mean,
You're
like that out here. So it's
right.
like he's not gonna be. What do you mean he's number one? He doesn't even rap. He doesn't even do this. He doesn't even do that. He doesn't do that. But at the end of the day, like he's great at what he does.
Exactly.
He's great at what he does, and when he does get in his rapper bag. He raps.
Yeah, and you're 100% right. That's exactly what the sentiment of the people are.
He's great at what he does.
Yeah.
You guys hate it. And I understand why. But like, even Kendrick getting this number one or getting it's still because of Drake.
Yeah.
And I know people like to say, well, if it wasn't for Drake, then Kendrick wouldn't have, you know what I mean? But like, Drake is still in it. So they can hate him all he wants. But like, there's other things that we, the listeners, don't know about him in the industry though, that people are slowly starting to unleash. So again, I don't think the agenda is to make him no longer be able to have fans. He's still gonna have fans and make money off of that, but like partnership business, all that type of stuff, industry friends, they're gonna like they might start disassociating because it's like, yo nigga, these allegations are allegating. So we can't really fool with certain things.
And I think he's gonna bounce back and be just fine, to be honest. He's too big to even destroy, to be honest.
And in that sense, he's unbothered. But you still have an industry to navigate.
Oh, of course.
You still have and now it's kind of like you have to look around at Mads and be like, all right, who feels the way? Like who's actually on my side? Who's actually rocking with me? And who's the mole?
And it seemed like
they were saying SZA's the mole.
If that's crazy. SZA?
Hey,
Mm.
because you know.
Yeah, she's with both camps. Yeah. But no, I think he's gonna bounce back just fine.
Yeah, me too.
And yeah, I think all that should, like, even Maul from Rory and Maul podcast, he said too, like, he's unbothered. I'm like, and then in that same breath, he explained that he is bothered.
He's bothered, man. Drake is bothered. The way he even started, what's the one that he replied to when we don't want to say nigga no more. He replied to that. He's like, nigga, I said it. You can tell that he was bothered just the way he started it that way.
Yeah.
And then it's like the bars just came very like, it was a lot of he say, she say. There wasn't any hardcore like new information you were giving. Some of it was funny though. Some of it was funny.
It was a comic.
I don't. We can take this out. Like, I was screaming. That's so funny.
Yeah, even Drake when he was in that bag saying like, "Oh shit, maybe you Jack and I'm actually blah blah blah." Like that was cool. That was cool.
He's good at what he does.
He is.
Man. He's good at what he does. But like trying to force him into a bag that like aligns with Kendrick is just not. They're not the same.
Yeah, we got a new album coming in the fall.
From who?
From Party and Drake. So
a collab.
Yeah. Damn. All right.
I love Party.
Yeah, we know how you feel about a collab.
Yeah, because you know what it is. Drake is so good at what he does when he's like doing it, but then when you hear him with Party, you hear that he's low key trying to do, and Party can sing. Yeah. Right. So when Drake is like, "OD really trying," we're like, Drake, you can't sing. It's okay. It's okay that you can't sing. Just do your thing. You know what I mean? So, I'm interested to hear what
it's gonna sound like though. Because what if we get a tape full of like Jadeds and Finesse and
I guess.
Yeah.
I love Party, so I'm gonna listen to it.
And it's gonna be in the fall. He said it when it gets cold.
What makes sense? It makes sense. That's when we thrive. Yeah. So
yeah, it'll be fun. Also, Big Sean linked up with Charlamagne the God and had a really good interview called it's called this new series called Out of Context. I really enjoyed that conversation. It was like an hour 47 minutes. Big Sean is one of my favorite rappers growing up, and I think after this interview he's back to being there. Yeah, just because of how I felt listening to him, seeing how vulnerable he is with everything. Like I remember even an earlier show, like way back, this is when he was still popping out. He had a show in Detroit and he sold it out, and he was performing this song called Memories, which is about like the city and everything else, and he broke down in the middle. And I feel like this was a time where you weren't really seeing artists, let alone black men, do this, right? So I'm like, oh shit, like
it's that this Janae, is cool.
Yeah. No, but this is before Janae.
Okay.
This is like 20. I want to say maybe 20. 14.
Okay.
So yeah, he was performing. I'm like, oh, this is so real, you know, because like the sentiment is real. He's in his hometown, sold it out.
Okay.
Mayday came back, and it's like the crowd is singing his song. Nah, that's a different feeling.
Yeah,
and
I
even
cried
like
too.
in the middle of the interview, got emotional a few times as well, just kind of thinking about the sacrifices his mom made for him, because he's like, yo, it could have gone either way.
Yeah,
like she could have been like, yo, like stop this rapping shit, and, you know, and that just the thought of it going somewhere else and not having all he had now just made him emotional. Yeah, and I'm like, yo, like Sean is in a great space right now, so I'm excited to hear whatever music he has coming out.
Yeah, me too. I like Big Sean. Yeah, I like him. I think he's a great rapper. I don't know where it went wrong. But it's like he decided to release and then it just got overshadowed with all the BS. It was like, God damn, this guy can't catch a break.
Couldn't catch a break.
Oh my God.
And then they fake leaked his album as well, but it's coming out, I think, on the 9th.
But who is he with now? Because he's not with Good Music anymore.
No, I think he's indie. Or no, I don't know who he's with.
He's just by himself, no? Yeah. He's just doing it. Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, so we'll see. Honestly, I'm gonna listen to it, and I'm excited for it. So
I like that it was Charlamagne that did it too, because Charlamagne's not gonna shy away from nothing. He's gonna ask the question.
He asked about him and Janae. Yeah, and then Sean tried to, No,
that answer was trash.
Yeah, it was. He was weaving.
I was like, damn. Yeah, you were doing so well. Yeah. It was like.
But we knew that him and Janae were not together.
Not to say that they're not together.
They're working on it.
Right. But the marriage question was just like...
that was... man. Even Charlamagne kind of lied. That's like, nigga, you were cheating, nigga. Be honest. Like, you were cheating for a lot of those 16 years. Stop lying. 16 years with your girlfriend, and you were cheating, fam. And then you got your act together, and then you married her. Like, what the hell, nigga?
Yeah, Charlamagne. But you know what?
Growth. Yeah,
but it's also like a lot of like... even when Charlamagne was like... the work doesn't stop when you get married, right? You still It's like a lot more men need to hear that, because they think that it needs to be perfect before they say, can I marry this person? One of my guy friends said that their dad told them, like, yo, if you find somebody that you can like live with, like for real, and they love you, and you guys can work through things in a healthy way, then like, and you love them, just get married. Like, it's never gonna be perfect. I shouldn't say never, but like, you can perfect it is the point, right? So I think a lot more men need to hear that, because I think TV shows and all this stuff create this like vibe that like, oh yeah, everything is great, and everybody we have all this money, let's now get married. And it's like, it's not that. So,
and it's also scary too, because the other side of that is saying like pain is love. Where it's like, now we're working hard every day, and it's not supposed to be easy, and it's like,
it's not though.
I know, but that thinking can be like, which I agree with 100%. I'm on the team of working, right? But a lot of times people, I guess, can misconstrue like what love looks like.
But those people, because like, within context, right? Now nobody's saying if you're getting bata bruise up to stay in the the relationship, right? But those people who don't want to take that type of context, they just dumb.
Yeah. Okay. If you're watching this, it's because you're not subscribed. That's actually a lie. But please do subscribe, give it a thumbs up, keep sharing the show. Anyway, back to the show. On that note, that being said, we were back.
Yes.
Okay. I got 2 discussion questions for you. The first one, very, very important question. Why do women post their significant others with emojis on their faces? I genuinely want to know. Like, I don't even understand. Like, you don't have to do this. You know what I mean? You really don't have to.
Because they will find out either they share a man, and then there are some women who will now want him because he's with you.
What don't you?
So it's like, I want to hide his face. It's to keep the privacy, but it's like to also show that they are with somebody, I guess.
Yeah, but don't you think that makes them more desirable? Because like, oh, what is this thing and we're not supposed to see?
But if you can't see their face, then it's not. What are you really desiring?
They want to know what's behind the emoji.
But who's really gonna go do all that work to find out?
I feel like more people.
That's sick.
Because I don't know. Sick. I just think I think it's weird that. I mean, I'm not denying the fact that people do chase people's partners, right? Which is weird, but you can't control that. People
chase the way like they think someone's being treated. It's not even necessarily the person. It's like, oh, if a girl's being loved on and taken care of, it's like, oh my God, that man now becomes attractive. And it's like, that's how he is with her. That doesn't even necessarily mean that's how he's going to be with you. Because different people bring out different sides of you and stuff like that, right? So it's like, I don't know. That's some next level thirsty that I will never understand. I'm just not going to post. Like, I'm literally going to be like Issa Rae.
Yeah.
Once I'm
Pop up,
married, then because anything until then is not as much as, not to diss your relationship or anything like that. Like as much as I can be in love and I'm like, yes, I want to be with this person. I am single till I'm married. So
I've heard that before.
I'm single till I'm married, and it's the truth.
Yeah.
It is the truth. And I've said like, not just because like if the right person comes along and asks if I'm single and I'm in a relationship, I might just be like, I'll play.
Oh shit!
I'll play.
This is the Jada shit I'm talking about. Like, this is crazy.
No, because like I said, I'm single till I'm married. So again, if you have an open discussion in your like relationship, right? But when you get to a certain age, you realize that like, yo, sometimes you can meet. Do you know how many people have met their soulmates in relationships?
That's heartbreaking though.
It's life.
To hear that your girl's like, yeah, I'm in a relationship. What's up?
Yeah, what's up?
Oh no,
what's up?
This is the Jada shit I'm talking about.
It's not Jada, because there was a tweet I saw the other day, and it was like, women.
Don't stop your boyfriend will find you whatever.
No. It was like, women, the men that you are bending your wings for will mock you for not flying. You know what I mean?
What kind of toxic bars are these?
No, but what I'm saying is like there have been relationships that I've been in where I've stayed faithful and loyal, right? Without being asked, because I assume when we're in a relationship, that's what we're supposed to do, right? And you put all your eggs in this one basket, and then you're left with nothing. They cheat on you, or it ends and you're just like, oh, now I have to start all over. No, I'm not starting over. Keep a little rasta.
That's crazy.
Keep a little backup.
That's jaded though. That's like going into a relationship with like, I have the gun.
No, I'm not that I'm going into it. I'm definitely going in to be like, I told the person, yes, I'm in a relationship. Yes, it's actually very serious. Yes, my hope is to, my hope is he's my end all be all.
Yeah.
However,
there should not be a however.
What does hope mean?
I don't know. What do you mean?
What does hope mean?
No.
So you have 30 seconds to plead your case and tell me what your vision is, and we'll see. Let's see.
Crazy. This is like treating relationships like jobs, where it's like, I'm working, I'm happy, but what's the salary? Like that's no. You can't do that.
Oh well.
And do that with your heart.
Yeah, you can.
Nah, because then it's like, you think you have the grass is greener syndrome?
No.
No.
The grass is greener wherever you water it.
Yeah, you probably have the peak syndrome.
What's that? What's wrong with peaking?
You look over a little bit.
What's wrong with peaking?
Because that's not part of the thing. At least I guess
Says
you're right.
Who?
You can make your own relationship balance. But I think
Says who? Says
the norm.
Who?
The norm.
I feel like I don't want to get married and then cheat. So I'd rather, before I get married, like for me, because I'm not experienced in like the relationship world and stuff like that, I've always just one person. I never let anybody else like pursue. But like before I take myself off the market for sure, I want to know for sure. I want to know and be like, you know what? I did allow somebody else who was more suitable to entertain me and see what it was giving.
Well, that's the thing. You'll never know. Because the number is, there's always going to be men out there. There's always going to be people out there.
100%. There can always be somebody who's better, but it's not just about what's better. It's like what's best for you, right? For me, at that time, at least.
But you'll never know.
No, you will know.
No, because then it's always going to be a next thing.
No, it's not always going to be a next thing.
I feel that's how it will be, because you'll be like, okay, like this
I feel like because I feel like I sense that there's this like, I need to know for sure, and that's why I would have that like door open to be like, until I'm married.
You think that's a control thing?
No. How could that be a control thing?
Because you want to make sure that you did all that you can, so that you did to justify your actions.
To justify my actions? No, I think because, like I said, I have put all my eggs in one basket before, that I just don't want to do that again.
But I
don't think it's smart dating. I just don't think it's smart dating.
Should dating be smart though?
Yes, it should be smart. Why should it be dumb?
It shouldn't be dumb, but I think it's like,
well, my dating has been dumb because I put all my eggs in one basket. Like I said, I don't think anyone should put all their eggs in one basket. What
does that mean? That just means like being committed in a relationship?
You can be committed. However, like I said, what conversations are you having with your partner?
Right.
So I have told this person, like, this is how I feel.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm gonna leave, nigga. It's basically what you told them.
This is how I feel.
I can't leave, nigga.
This is how I feel. I feel like I want to experience the pursuit of somebody else. I feel like I want to, you know what I mean?
How did they take it?
Very well.
What?
Very well, because he had his time, so he understands.
Oh, okay. Oh, so yeah, you think you can find yourself being in an open marriage?
No.
Really?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay, open
remember,
relationship.
I'm
though.
abstinent. Remember, right? So it's not even like I'm going to be allowing the pursuit of a next nigga and I'm going to be having sex. It's not going to happen.
You are so complicated. You have so many things.
It's complicated because we've been programmed. You guys have been like, I'm saying you guys have been programmed.
Yeah.
I've deprogrammed myself. Like relationships are just not supposed to be like that. I don't believe that there's one person for you. I don't. I think there's one person for you depending on what your purpose is.
Yeah.
Right? If it's purpose aligned.
I think you can make multiple people work. I think that.
I think you can as well, but
Yeah.
I think you should I think for me there are probably different parts of me that I could find a man for each part, right? Sure. But like who wants that? No.
Yeah.
No.
Well, some women.
But because I'm always so committed and faithful in relationships that I don't believe I really allowed myself the chance to really see what's out there. And as much as I have tried to like say maybe we should break or like maybe we should break and they don't want that, it's like, okay, well then give me a hall pass vibe type thing. And it's like, but be honest about everything. I think that would work. It only hurts your ego. It's only your ego and pride.
It hurts everything.
It only hurts if you guys find yourself at the point where you're saying we want to get married, right? And there's something within you that's saying, okay, marriage, this is what marriage means. This is like commitment. Like there's nobody else. It's you forever. I would say give yourself that last hurrah to be like, let me see. We talked about even like Bachelor. We're like, yo, what if you meet somebody the night before the wedding and like you lock eyes with them and you're like, whoa, I feel something here. Go for it. After we're married, you're not allowed to.
Go for it is crazy. So you would allow your partner to cheat the night before?
Yes.
Wild. But I think a lot of men are listening and cheering. So
yes.
Salute.
Because after that, you're like, you can't. Once we're married, we are married. You cannot.
What if he stays in touch with her? Like, no, I don't understand.
No, staying in touch is crazy.
Like no. And he introduce her to the wedding, to the marriage, you know? Like
staying in touch is crazy. You have to cut that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to cut that.
That's wild. I don't think I'm ever gonna get there.
Hey, I thought so too. Cause I was very like, I'm gonna call it possessive because that's what it felt like, you know? Cause it's like, yo, we're in a relationship. You asked me to be your girl. Like it's only supposed to be me. It's only supposed to be me. But it's like, it doesn't work that way. It just doesn't. It just doesn't. So that's why conversation is important.
Very.
It's important because you could even have a conversation with your girl and be like, this is how I'm feeling. And next thing you know, you introduce, she starts changing her hair more often because it makes you feel like you're with somebody else or something. There's just a different, I'm just saying, if you have conversations to like, because it's like, why do you feel like you want that? What do you feel like you're missing? Right. If you can fix relationships, that can help.
Yeah.
So
I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah.
I have another question for you as well.
Yeah.
So let's say you were handed a box with every single thing you've lost in your life.
Okay.
What's the first thing you'd look for in that box?
Everything I've lost? Probably my flute. I lost my flute in the fifth grade at a recital. I left it underneath the chair, went to the bathroom and saw my class leaving. So I just skirted and I was on the bus and I was like, no. and I think about that flute. It was actually in my thoughts of the week. I'm like, I wonder if somebody found my flute from like the 5th grade.
Wow.
I would look for my flute because like I loved playing the flute. What else would I look for? I've lost a lot of things.
So these are all physical things? That's the first thing
my flute for sure.
Okay.
What do you mean physical? You mean like trust?
Yeah, like something like that.
I'm not looking for trust I've lost. What do I do with trust that I've lost? Like if there was a box and it was like trust when you were 7 years old, like
yeah, some shit like that. It's everything you lost. You know what I mean? Like when I was first asked this question, I said, I think I said like my innocence of being a child, like because you lose that as you get older. At least I did, and then.
But I don't know when I lost that.
Yeah, me neither.
So, I went through a healing course, like in May or whatever, and I was bullied into it. I'm gonna say bullied. I know when they hear this, they're gonna be like, really? You still feel bullied? Because I didn't believe that I needed it.
Okay.
Right? Because I'm like, I've done all this work, getting closer to God. So I'm like, I didn't really need that. But it helped me understand because they would ask like, oh, when you were younger, what inner child needs weren't met? And I'm like, I couldn't think of anything, right? And they're like, that's not good. You need to think about a time. So I went back to a time where I remember like my parents kind of like, my dad told me something about my mom and my mom told me something about my dad. And I told each other what like they said because they asked me and I wasn't going to lie to them, right? And they were like, how did that feel as a child? And I'm like, I don't know how it felt as a child.
Yeah.
All I know is that like my parents, I love them and they have my best interest. So even if it doesn't feel fair, they're my parents. And the way I honored my parents was listening to them.
Right.
These people told me that I was never able to express my feelings as a child. And that's why I'm so logic. Everything I brought to anything, all my answers were logic. Like I can understand things, but when it was asked to like talk about how I express feelings, I couldn't do it. So I would feel feelings, but I wasn't expressing them, and I didn't know the difference.
I do the same thing, I think.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I would agree, but and it was like, oh, I wasn't able to express feelings as a child. I wasn't given that room. Yeah.
Why?
Our hearts have an expression of its own, right?
Yeah.
Versus like when you feel something, your brain starts to work. Yeah, that's just feeling your feelings, and that's just logic. But when your heart feels something and it expresses, that's emotion, right? So you're letting that emotion express itself, whether it's through anger, whether it's through crying, whether it's through saying, you know what, this is not fair. So I got to the point in that class where it was like, I had to be like, yeah, Mom, that wasn't fair. That's not fair, but I understand. That's not fair, but it's just, that's not fair. It was like, as a kid, I was a kid. That's not fair.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm like, oh.
Interesting.
And it helped me, like, I threw my first temper tantrum. I've never had one. Like,
Really?
I threw my first one. Because I was pissed because I'm like, why are you guys not listening to me? Like, this is a part of the problem. And I realized that as a child, I wasn't listened to. So I wasn't able to express certain things. And I'm like, because when people used to talk and be like, oh, you know, when I was 7, I'm like, nigga, you are 37. Who cares about what happened to you at 7?
Yeah.
I didn't get it.
Yeah.
And I still don't to an extent.
I was about to say,
I still don't to an extent, but I have a little bit more of like a soft spot to be like, okay, all right, I get it. When you were like 14, you went through something. Yeah. Even though you're 34 now, like
you're better than me. Figure it out, nigga.
That's how I feel. But they're telling me in the class that like just because you lack, you know, the expression, you shouldn't make people feel like and I'm just like, yeah, but people use it as a crutch.
Exactly. Like
I'm like, I was like, what's the point of me expressing a feeling that I understand already? Help me understand. They're like, well, your heart. I'm like, okay.
Well, I've expressed it. Like, what do you think I got the thought about it? It's through my emotions, right?
It's not the same, Duke. It's not. It's
God.
not. I know.
I feel like I'd fight people in that class. I think I would fight.
You don't understand. And it was on Zoom, right? So I'm like,
I'm shutting the laptop.
People are like literally bawling through this screen. So me, unfortunately, my brain sees everything like a sitcom.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm watching these 8 screens and people are bawling. So I'm like,
what are the crying sounds like?
No, literally like talking, and then it's like, and I'm like, and I don't do well when people start crying in front of me. Like I'm so immature. I laugh. I just can't help it.
I get it.
Very immature. Yeah. I even start laughing. And when I hear myself start to cry, I'm like, why are you crying? Like, I'm very immature. Yeah. But whatever. But anyways.
Yeah, that class sounds interesting.
It was worth it. It helped me understand a lot more. And like, my parents sucked at a point and I didn't realize it.
It happens.
Yep.
Yeah, I think you get older and start to not resent. I don't like that word too much. But some of the things that they did, you're like, I wouldn't have done that. And
you're just like,
yeah,
you had me and you should have taken care of me. That's all it is, really.
Yeah.
Why was I taking care of people and I was like 7? Like, that's weird.
Yeah, well, I had that. That's salute, you know.
Thoughts
and prayers.
Yeah.
Thoughts and prayers.
Yeah.
But we're ready for the final segment. I know we had a couple questions that were sent in from a listener. I guess we'll have to hold those for next time because this person sent quite a bit.
Ask one.
And okay, it's okay. What do you want to do? Cultural dynamics and identity, relationship dynamics, psychographic and emotional dynamics. All right, this person used fucking, and then also sexuality and experiences, and then music.
Whatever you want. Whatever we've already kind of went over.
Yeah, because I'm reading this for the first time, so I don't even know.
Do music or this relationship one?
Okay.
Because the sexuality one's weird. What are you gonna ask? I'm straight. I like dick.
Okay, I'll do relationship dynamics. So in your view, what are the most essential elements for maintaining a strong and fulfilling relationships? Ooh. And how do you navigate conflicts or challenges to ensure a healthy connection?
Ooh. I know it's like really played out right now, or like overly used, but emotional intelligence is a big thing for me. So like, you're entitled to feel how you want to feel, but the way in which you express that or communicate that matters, right? So understanding people's communication styles is like your starting point. I feel like I just don't feel like it's a difficult thing. If I have something to talk about, I'm going to let you know. I'm going to deliver it in a way that I know you will receive it. Yeah. And we just, like, we talk about it. Like, I don't understand. I listen. And what I do now is I repeat back what I'm hearing you say is, or what I heard you say was this. And if that's incorrect, then, because I notice with some guys, like, they'll say something and then I'll be like, so what I'm hearing is like, no, that's not what I'm trying to say. It's not what I'm trying to say. Yeah, like, okay. So then say it in a way where it's like what you're trying to say. Yeah. Just say what you're trying to say. Like, you know what I mean? So I think repeating what you heard back instead of just assuming is going to cut out so much unnecessary drama. Facts. And then be willing to, like, just listen. Like, it can hurt to hear what you're hearing, but it's not about you in that moment. If somebody's bringing something to you, it's like no one's, if you believe the person loves you, you should know that they're saying it with love. They're not trying to say it to be mean. If you believe someone's saying something to you to be mean or be a meanie or an asshole, then, like, you probably shouldn't even be with them. Right? So you always have to remember, like, motives. Remind yourself of, like, who's talking or who's bringing this up to you. Does this person love me? Do I believe they have my best interest? Right. Okay, then they're saying this with love. If not, and it's some, like, shiesty or you feel like, then you got to call that out. Yeah. So I'm a very straight, like, I feel like you're projecting right now. Really? I'll be like, I feel like you're projecting right now. I feel like there might be some guilt that you're carrying and you're putting it on me about something.
I feel that, but I think not everyone's ready to receive that.
Then be alone.
To the person?
Be alone or be willing to be that vulnerable to be like, honestly, I don't know. I just can't receive this right now. I actually would rather you just tell me what I want to hear. Say that. Yeah. People need to know what they're coming into agreement with. Like,
I'd be annoyed at the second one though.
Of course you would.
Like, tell me.
But wouldn't you rather somebody show you who they are so you can be like, okay, this person is asking for something that they're not even ready to receive. So so then that's when you ask the question, so what do you want me to do now with that information?
I guess, but yeah, I think because, like, it obviously takes not vulnerability from your end to, maybe it does, to tell the person, hey, I feel like you're projecting and I feel like blah, 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 blah.
If the person is, because if we're talking about relationship, like romantic relationship, you guys are going to have or should have other conversations. Like, that is very, like, minute. That doesn't, whatever. You guys should be having those conversations already. Like, why are we getting into these relationships? That's what I'm saying. I'm like, why are we getting into these relationships then? Like, if it's just for fun and a good time and cute pictures out at dinner, then, like, maybe even the topic or the feelings shouldn't even be going that deep. Like, people need to be for real with themselves. You know what I mean? Like,
I think, it's just a lot of times people grow together, right? But like you said, that gets painful sometimes.
It can, and it sucks.
It does.
It makes you sick. But I think
it's very important though. Yeah. I think it has to be in the relationship. I don't think I can be in a relationship that doesn't involve that. You know?
Involve what?
Those kind of conversations, like, okay, you're doing this thing, and you need to stop because blah 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 blah. Yeah. Sometimes you need to hear that kind of shit. It's like, oh wait, what the fuck? I do that? Yeah. Instead of being like, you're wrong, because that's
what I'm saying. Or it's like, did you notice that you did this or you did that? I ask questions like that. I remember asking a man the other day, I'm like, would you consider yourself to be a man who, like, needs to be reminded often?
That question is crazy.
Do you though?
Like, I feel like I
just want to know. Up. No, like, do you? Because some men really do need to be reminded often. Some other men are just like, no, I don't need to be reminded on these certain things or whatever. But I'm like, do you consider yourself to be that kind of guy? Because if you are, I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want to have to, like, I hate feeling like I have to run under a man, like, to, like, remind someone. Like, especially, like, no. Yeah,
that's understandable. We're ready for the final segment, which is silly shit. You know, it's gonna be simple this time.
Because yours is like, would you rather
I know but
eat boogers for 100 years or
but this one's gonna be, it's pretty simple. So, well, it's not simple, but it's not crazy like that. Okay. So 2 people are drowning, one person you love and the other is someone that loves you. Who do you save?
First of all,
see, it's not fucked up, it's just tough. Who do you save?
What?
The person you love or someone that loves you?
Someone that loves me. Somebody that loves me. Why would I save somebody that I love and they don't love me?
Well, that's not, I guess.
I'm saving the person that loves me. Because then they can be utilized after because they love me. If I save somebody that I love, they can be like, hey man, thanks. All right, bye. let me go over here and live my life.
It's funny you thought about it that way. I thought about it more just like let's say it's someone that loves you. It could be, let's say it's a family member that you don't have that kind of connection with them.
I have a lot of those.
And you kind of cut them off for yourself, but they still have love for you. Do you save that person, or do you save the person? It's like, I don't know, like a newer person in your life that is like you love.
Again, I'm still saving who loves me.
Really?
Yeah. Cause
would you end up resenting that person because you had to let go of who you love?
No.
Really?
Excuse me. No. I just saving somebody that I love. Again, it doesn't sound. It sounds like that's not pouring into me. I just love them. But somebody who loves me is clearly pouring into me. Clearly loves me. Clearly can assist me. Clearly can water me. Clearly can. So why wouldn't I save them? They love me. They love me. That you love me. That's a gift. Why wouldn't I save that?
Because I guess the deeper I'm thinking about it, it's like
I'm trying to understand the way you were thinking about it.
Yeah, I'm realizing myself as well. Like when I read it, I'm like, they love you. It's like I don't believe. I kind of dismissed it because you know what I mean. It's like people and or whatever. But it's like if I love them, then I know for a fact that I love them and.
It's one way. You only love them. That's like continuing to pour into something. They're not. That's what I said. It's like, hey man, thanks for saving me. All right, and then they just imagine it's a girl or whatever, right? And you save her, and then she's like, all right, I'm about to go call my next nigga. You're like, I just saved you.
Could be me. She's drowning.
I just saved you. But that's what I'm saying. Though you just love them. They don't love you. But if it's somebody that loves you, they're gonna be like, oh my god, singing your praises and all that other stuff.
Because like there's a reason I love them.
Yeah, but that reason could be a trauma bond. That thing could be just because of ego, because they look good. Why do you what are the reasons?
Yeah, I don't think I'd love someone because they look good.
Oh, that's good.
Or simply because or even the trauma bond. Listen, if it gets too hot in the kitchen, I'm out.
That's good. Yeah, you are like that.
Yeah, it's like, first of all, you have a lot.
But not really, because how long were you single before you got back in a relationship?
A year and some change.
That's what I'm saying. That's pretty quick.
Is it?
For most men, yeah.
You think so?
They stay. You're a relationship, you.
Yeah, if people say that.
You're a relationship. You're a lover man.
I guess so.
You are. It's a good trait. It's a great trait.
It is.
It's a great trait to have. Because I thought you were gonna be out for a minute.
Really?
Yeah, it was giving that.
It was giving that.
Stop. It was giving that, dude.
What?
It was.
You think it was giving that? Yeah, she did look.
She's like, leave me out of it.
Yeah.
It was giving that. Yeah.
Yeah, this we're healing.
Amen.
Yeah.
I love that for you.
But no, things are good.
That's good.
Yeah, that's all I had for you. Thank you so much for coming
Thanks
on.
for having me.
Like I said, don't ever hate me saying who canceled. Nah, what the hell? Like,
I was like, somebody canceled.
No,
because Bana's like, I'm like, you probably had somebody booked today and they canceled. You're like, let me see who I can get it.
I definitely did not. No. First of all, you know how I feel about Bana. We didn't even talk about your thoughts about Bana.
Yo, so Bana, I love the concept of it. It's just, if I can't be on a float, I'm not gonna do it. The prices for the costumes are insane, and like I said, butter's $8. Like what? So I don't know. And then also, I'm lazy.
Yeah,
I'm a little lazy. I don't want to be on the road all day. The sweat, I just don't like it. I don't like it.
Not fun.
And like, what do I do when I'm hungry? Like, is there food there? I don't know.
I think so.
There's food on the road.
There's vendors there. Yeah.
Nah.
But I went once. It was a mess. My outfit, I was too hot. I had to switch.
That's what I'm saying.
I had to buy some clothes from H&M. I had to buy some shorts from H&M. So I was wearing this black short sleeve button up shirt, chest out.
Okay.
And then I had my black pants and Doc Martens. Right? Listen, I looked great. People are like, fam,
you went to
where you
walk.
We're like, where are you going? And I'm like, we're gonna be out, right?
Where are you going?
Like, are you sure this is like the outfit? I'm like, fam, I look fire. What are you talking about? And they're like, all right. And everybody's wearing like shorts, like a white
they don't rate you. They don't rate you. They said, all right.
No, they're like, I guess if that's what you want to do, which is very telling. And I'm like, I guess you should probably go to H&M, huh? And they're like, yeah,
100%.
And so I did that, but I couldn't find anything that really made sense.
Yeah.
And so I had these sweat shorts. Got these dumbass socks. So I'm wearing a shirt with the chest out, some sweat shorts, socks that have stripes on them, and Doc Martens shoes. It was a fucking mess.
Doc Martens is absolutely insane.
And it's hot, and I'm just like, what am I doing here?
Yeah, no, I feel like I don't have the personality for it.
I feel that. I feel like I don't either.
Like, I like exclusive not so bunchy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's too light.
Yeah. I don't have a personality, and I can't deal with like somebody just randomly coming up behind you and like. I didn't go to any jams growing up either. Like I went to one, and as soon as I went downstairs and saw what was going on, I turned around. Like I didn't even
saw what was going on.
Why are you guys dry humping? Like I don't understand. Like it was a lot of stuff.
I feel like that era's behind me. I feel like the whole like just wanting. Oh, I got this many bubbles tonight. It's like I don't really care for that
That's
anymore.
so good. Look at you.
I really don't.
Mommy, wow.
So like when all that stuff's going on, I'm just like dog. Like I'm seeing my friends do it. I'm like I'm getting a bubble too, and I'm just like. Why am I engaging? I don't want to do this. I'm really there. My friends looking at me like, I want to leave. I feel embarrassed.
Yeah, because everybody else is having a time, and you're kind of just like scoping the scenery out. But exactly. like that's it. I couldn't do it. Because like, what time is it right now? What time is it finished?
I don't even know. It is 1:20 right now. Oh, sure, supposed to be out of here.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, it's been. What is it? Plug what you need to plug, please.
Follow me on Instagram and TikTok. What's my ad? Is it Sleepless in Toronto? Yes, Sleepless in Toronto with an underscore.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna change that.
Good.
And that's really it. If you like me, champion that. Don't wait for the cosign. Be the cosign. I always say that.
Yep.
And be kind. Choose to be kind, people. Please choose to be kind and assist people where you can. Everything is not about you, and like just love on each other, honestly. So that's it.
Fire. And like I say every week, you guys could have been anywhere in the world, but instead you guys decided to be here listening to us or watching us. So for that, I'm super grateful. Keep telling a friend, tell a friend, and we'll be back in 2 weeks.
I'm proud of you. I just want to say that.
Oh,
you're doing great things. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you. It's very kind.
Good.
Appreciate that. We out. Whoa.